Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Sebastian and Bert, my two co-hosts.
It's the name.
Yep. Oh. This is take two. Bert's mic was already not working, so he's off to a good start.
Yeah.
This is our regular news episode. We have some news. We have some updates about some things that are going on. We have Invincible Season 2 just restarted, and Episode 5 dropped the other day, so we're going to talk about that. And that's kind of like the main thing that we have for this episode. So probably be a little bit shorter than the regular ones, but we'll see where it takes us.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's only going to be shorter.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let's start with Bert's news.
Yeah, we'll start with Bert's news. I'm sure he has tons of things to say.
School is destroying me right now.
Oh, hate when that happens.
I'm being forced to learn stuff I've never touched before.
Well, that's usually what learning is.
Group project. Well, it's like there's zero guidance. I don't know. It's hard. And then I don't even know where to find. Yeah, I need to look into that more.
Because that's basically a class on Udemy. Udemy's good.
That's rough, buddy.
And then I have other classes too. But I'm kind of pushing those off in favor of this because it's the more present one.
Makes sense.
Oh,
that's it for me.
All right, well,
classic Bort.
Hopefully Bort makes it out of that one alive. We'll catch up with you next time, Bert. Thanks for joining in.
I'm an academic victim right now.
Yeah,
not a weapon.
Hate when that happens, man.
Yep. All right, Sebastian, you want to go or me?
I guess I can go first. I don't have much. Got like 5 things, I think.
Yeah, I've only got a few.
Number 1, apparently, Avatar, Netflix live action was renewed for book 2 and 3.
I have something also about this that I'll just piggyback off of you once you finish.
Maybe the actors will be better in this next book.
I mean, I guess it's still worth watching. Like, it's all right, but it's not anywhere close to the original in terms of quality. It's just like okay, like so 5 out of 10 all around.
I think if you have a Netflix account and you understand Avatar, it's worth watching, but it's not worth getting an account to watch.
Did you finish the first season?
No. But that's I've watched more.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. It's just like it could have been better, but whatever. It's not bad, at least, you know?
Yeah, It's definitely not bad. I recently rewatched the animated show, or I'm in the process of rewatching it, and I finished seasons 1 and 2, and I've just started 3.
I actually also have been rewatching it, and like I've rewatched it a bunch of times, and every time it's always better than I remembered.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm doing that with forgive me. That was happening with my parents and me when I was watching it with them. They were I don't know, it was just so good. And I was pointing it out, and I felt like an absolute moron because I was geeking out over this show, and they were like, yeah, it's a cartoon.
Exactly. But like every time I always know it's good. Like I love it and I like it every time I watch it, but then every time I go back, every couple years, every 2-3 years, I'll watch it again. And it's like, man, this is better than I remember. Not only does it hold up, but it's better.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's almost 20 years old from when it started, which is crazy to think about.
Specific bangers that I can just think of off the rip, like the Haru episode, great episode. They skipped that in the live action. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah, that is a good episode, but I don't think that takes away anything from the show, like the live action show.
It's just weird because I feel like that specific episode of the animated series, like the tone of that episode in the animated series is completely what they focused on in the live action, but that's the episode that they didn't keep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. My major gripes with the live action is I think Zuko is that, but I mean like story wise, I think Zuko is not as dislikable as he
I
is in
told you
seasons
that.
1.
You said you didn't agree with me, but I guess now that you've watched season
Yeah.
1, you agree with me? Because
Yeah,
I
that's
said
why.
that originally, remember? I was like, I feel like he's a little too good off the rip.
Yeah, I see it now because I just watched seasons 1 and 2, and he's like very unlikable. I mean, he has moments in 2, obviously, because he's like conflicted and going through a bunch of stuff, but season 1
like
for
Zuko
sure.
alone, great episode, especially because of just how, like, when that eventually ties into season 3, when he talks to Ozai and he's like talking about how he learned that like the Earth Kingdom people hate them and they deserve to be hated.
Yeah.
That
But,
specific episode like makes that hit harder, I think.
It is such a good episode.
But Zuko does a bunch of like morally questionable things. Like he steals, he lies, he cheats, he does like bad things. And
Yeah,
then
and he
end of
is set
season
up
2,
for
he, like-
redemption in season 2 and he fails.
yeah, he actually fails his redemption, which is kind of
Which makes
crazy
it
to think
even
about.
better in season 3.
Yeah.
It is pretty. Dang, I
I
didn't
don't know
think
if you-
about that.
Like, I don't know if you guys remember it because, like, I rewatched the whole show, like, a year ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago, and now I'm doing it again because the live action made me want to again. So, like, it's still kind of fresh in my mind, even though it's been, like, maybe a little over a year. But season 3, the beach episode is so freaking good. I don't know
I
if you
haven't
guys
gotten
remember
back
it.
to that part yet. But yeah, I do
But
remember.
yeah,
Vaguely.
basically he's like really angry and he's like, man, I'm like confused. This sucks. He's like basically like yelling at everyone. Everyone's like, what are you mad at? And you got when you get to it, we'll talk about it more. But it's such a good episode because it's like showing how he like reacts to the finale of season 2. He
Yeah.
talks about how he's like, man, I have everything I always thought I wanted, but I'm angrier than ever. And then he realizes that he's mad at himself. He's not mad at anyone specifically.
Yep. Zuko's character development and the twists and the turns that he goes through, like battling with his decisions and everything, and he's so conflicted all the time. Like, it's so good. It adds so many
Exactly.
layers to his character.
Zuko
really cool how
literally
they show it,
fails
too.
so much in the animated series, which makes it so good in the end of season 3. Well, like halfway through season 3.
Yeah, and Azula in the animated series is a menace. Like, Azula is scary. Like, I did not get that kind of vibe from the live action Azula.
She's
Well,
more of a villain than
she was-
Ozai.
Yeah, I mean, she was barely in the live action, so I wouldn't say like you really don't know yet. But yeah, I think she's probably my favorite villain in all of Avatar. I would say she's the best one.
Yeah,
I actually think
so.
Avatar in general, I don't know if this is like a unpopular opinion or not, but like, you know how everyone's always like, in recent Marvel movies, they're like, we gotta have, or people get upset about like the female leads or like people really pushing the female thing. I feel like Avatar is like the peak of like god tier female characters that are actually good. Like Katara's
The Kyoshi
awesome,
Warriors.
Toph is awesome, the Kyoshi Warriors, Azula.
Suki, yeah. She's a Kyoshi
Like-
warrior, but yeah.
Yeah,
They even
all
have
of
better ways of calling it out.
not even.
like-
What do you mean? I'm
Like
confused.
in the Kyoshi Island episode, when Sokka goes to the warriors, and he's like, "Oh, I could beat you ladies up."
Yeah, that's like more
And-
specifically a Sokka thing, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying that in like pretty much
But
every
he's
girl in
representative
Avatar.
of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about either. I'm just saying
I don't
that
know how
every
to
girl in
explain it.
Avatar is a badass, and it's not like in a way that is annoying. If that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like Katara
Like, they're
starts
all
off
just-
weak, and Aang
Yeah,
actually starts off stronger than her in waterbending.
Yeah, Katara
then
grows a
after the
lot
North
from
Pole-
seasons 1 to 2 and throughout 3.
Like honestly, the women in Avatar are the strongest characters. Like up until probably late season 3, Toph is the strongest one on their team.
Yeah. And she's still the best earthbender in the world.
Yeah, and Azula is by far the strongest enemy they face besides the Fire Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, that I agree. She's definitely the strongest. But even May and Ty Lee are good female strong characters too.
Tyler
That
is
is
so
so true.
Even their
scary
arcs are
opponent.
good.
Yeah, I mean they're like a little. Yeah, they are good. They're decent.
They're not like insanely powerful, but they're extremely capable in what they do.
Yeah, especially with like mid of season 3 where they actually turn on Azula to save Zuko.
Yeah. But
very cool stuff.
It is cool. The one thing I was going to mention about Avatar, like some news or rumor that's going on, apparently like the live action Avatar's Twitter page is saying stuff about Zuko and Katara, like this whole Zutara thing is like blowing up. And people are losing their minds because if that was to happen in the live action show, I think it would piss a lot of people off.
Yo, I actually think that Aang and Katara are not a good match, but I do think
they're the perfect match.
I don't think so. I really think Zuko and Katara does fit, but I think they should just stick to the original, but I think the original probably should have done that. Also, Sokka and Toph would have been way better too.
Who?
Sokka and Toph.
Nah, I don't see that either. Toph's 12.
Aang's 12.
Yeah, but Katara's only 14.
Sokka's only 15. It's a 1 year difference.
Sokka's like 16.
I'm pretty sure he's 1 year older than Katara. So it's like a 1 year difference. Look, none of that matters when you're 30. 30 versus 35.
Yeah, I guess. But Aang and Katara is perfect in my opinion.
They do the best setup. Plus Aang on site knew who he wanted. Like I saw this thing going around on TikTok where Aang has only ever called 2 people like pretty or beautiful in the show. One of them was Katara, other was the spirit lady, which was actually Katara in makeup.
The painted lady from the...
the painted lady.
The lake lady.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I do remember
that. Was actually another great episode.
It is a good episode.
Honestly,
it's a good Katara episode.
Season 3 is where Katara really pops off. She has the,
like you said, the
painted lady. Yeah, the one where she goes after the Fire Nation like group of people that attacked her. That's probably her most badass scene. Like
bloodbending.
The bloodbending too. Yeah, true.
But Katara has some awesome moments in season 2. She keeps the group together.
Actually, in season 2, she pretty much beats Azula in a fight, and then Zuko has to come in.
Yeah, that is true. She did have Azula beat.
That's a cool forecast or foreshadowing for their final fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, Avatar rocks. The live action is very mid. Honestly, I don't think you should watch it if you haven't seen the original show. You'd probably hate it.
Watch the cartoon first.
Yeah, I think so. All right, what else do you have?
I heard that the Batman 2 was delayed to 2026.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up with that.
I think it was like late 2025 or it might have been early 2026. Now it's October 2026. Not like, I don't know, like that I don't really care about, to be honest. Like I thought that the last one was decent, but I didn't think it was like amazing. Like I still think all the Dark Knight movies beat it. Some are really close though. It's probably about the same as the third one in terms of quality.
Really? I like the Batman.
I just felt like so often he would just walk straight at guys while they shot at him and just tank like literal clips, and then they'd reload and keep shooting him and he'd just walk at them.
That is very true.
Yeah, it's more because he's young. He's only in year 2. He's just arrogant and brash, so he just thinks he can take whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
they don't have armor penetrating bullets yet.
It was he has like god tier armor. That's like the lore, but it was decent. Probably like a 7 out of 10. But the soundtrack for that movie, 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah, that is a good.
It was a good soundtrack.
So I'm gonna go off on a tangent right here again and bring us back to Avatar. But the Avatar music is freaking amazing. Everybody's theme is so good. Azula's theme, every time it comes on, you just like get goosebumps because you're like, what's she gonna do or say?
Especially like for me, the strongest is the ending music of like an episode that
I was about to say that when they're all flying on Appa.
Yeah. Yo, oh my god,
Yeah.
that you know what that reminds
Even
me
the
of?
credits,
God
the credit
tier
song.
episode of season 2, Appa's Lost Days, is so sad.
Oh my god, I just saw that. I literally just saw that, and I don't cry ever when I watch stuff, but that one made me not cry, but made me
Yeah, you feel it coming.
like
You're
you
like,
feel
Appa
it
now.
in your throat.
And then when
I'm
he
like,
finds
Appa.
Suki, you're like, yes, thank God.
And then when
He's
him
like,
and Aang
finally.
finally reunite, ugh, it's perfect.
Great moment for Zuko there too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that showed that he was still good,
and
like
that
at heart.
and that shit that fucked him up so bad too, because afterwards he gets sick and Iroh's taking care of him, and like it went against everything that he thought. and
Yeah, it's
everything
cool
that he
how he
believed.
actually got sick for like changing his ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Weird,
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
but cool. Man, so
Man, and
sad.
Iroh is just so good.
Or like the literal last scene of season 2 where he's like, I betrayed Uncle, and he's like, you can tell he's even upset about it.
Yeah.
Or
And
honestly,
oh
like,
man, the beginning of season 3 when he has the moments where he goes and visits him in the jail and Iroh doesn't talk to him.
and then he's ripped.
Yeah, I haven't got to that again yet, but yeah. Anyway, that was my Avatar rant again.
God, Avatar is so good.
But yeah, the Batman unfortunately has been pushed back. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm looking forward to it, but it's not like way on my hype list right now. So
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting.
Other things,
Not occupying my head.
apparently Multiverses is coming back. I didn't realize that they like did a beta release and not an actual release and then unreleased it, and now it's being released again. So confusing stuff, but that is now coming back. Might be back
Well,
by
that's
now. I don't know.
complicated.
Do you? This might be your news, actually. I don't know if it is or not, but it's something I heard of, and you can tell me if this is canon or not. But I heard that there's a live-action Teen Titans movie being made.
Yeah, that's like one of the things I was going to mention, but we'll just talk about it now. Apparently that's like rumored to be in like the works right now. I'm not sure like who's involved or what's going on, but I did hear about it.
Yo, Beast Boy rocks,
be.
so let's hope
It could be good.
he's got to be
If
there.
DC's good.
The guaranteed ones, right? There's going to be some kind of Robin, hopefully the good one. Definitely Raven. I feel like those are like
I heard
guaranteed characters.
there's like a bunch of people that like they're doing fan casts and stuff. They want Jenna Ortega as Raven.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but it is in the works apparently. That's what all like the media outlets are saying.
I also saw. Yeah, actually, never mind. You're right. That's cool. That could be good. I have to see though. That would that be
Yeah.
part of like the new DC stuff, like the universe?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It would be a part of the DCU,
Nice, nice.
which
So
would be
hopefully
nice.
they'll
I
put
hope
their-
that they
Best foot forward.
yeah. I would like to see them do that.
I just want to see Beast Boy, man. He's so cool.
I love Raven. I think Raven's underrated.
Raven is not underrated. Everyone loves Raven. Beast Boy's underrated.
Beast Boy's good too. All right, what else?
So apparently Halo Infinite is getting a update that everyone is like, holy shit, this is going to be the craziest update ever. So this is what I was like, wow, Infinite's getting an update that everyone's like, this is actually the biggest update of all time. This must be interesting stuff if people are this excited. So I went and looked, and guess what it's getting? I saw this and
What?
I could not believe that this was not even in the game. The game released like almost 3 or 4 years ago now. It's getting
Multiplayer
anti-cheat.
campaign. Oh,
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Anti-cheat after 3 or whatever many years?
Yeah, right? And they're also apparently doing a networking overhaul to fix the bullet desync. So after 3
Why
years,
even do that
the
at this
game might
point?
work.
I thought I already
That's
had
stupid.
anti-cheat.
They're changing it because it wasn't working because everyone was cheating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
switching
wonder if
to...
that's going to break Steam Deck support.
I didn't think it had Steam Deck support. Usually any game with anti-cheat doesn't work on Steam Deck.
It worked as of recently because BattleEye and a couple others have been taking an initiative to try to get their anti-cheats to work on Linux, since it's a growing thing because of the Steam Deck and just rising users.
Yeah, but even if it works, they usually just like freaking ban you for using like a not guaranteed anti-cheat safe thing, you know?
No, there is some games that
yeah.
will, but there's a database that like says what games work under.
I see.
Because they have their own anti-cheat. The anti-cheat is like built for Steam.
I got
Or
you.
not for Steam, sorry, for Linux.
What's going to easy anti-cheat, which is exactly what MCC uses, but MCC is filled with hackers, so it'll probably not be very useful. I'll tell you the other things. Those are the two biggest ones, so I was like, wow, that's pretty upsetting that people are happy about this pretty minor stuff. But also, it's just crazy how pathetic this list is, but people were like, this is an awesome update. I'll read it to you. Network overhaul, easy anti-cheat, weapon tuning, stability improvements, firefight custom games. I guess you couldn't play firefight. You had to like queue up to it online or something. And new squad battle forge maps. That's it.
I guess those are good things. The game's getting slight improvements. Nobody cares anymore, though, is the problem.
I just feel like specifically a network overhaul and anti-cheat fixes, like, why did that, like, year one, guys? Come on.
Yeah, your fan base shouldn't be excited that your game is getting fixed this far.
Their player base is non-existent now anyway.
To be fair, they're way ahead of MCC. That was broken for like 7 years.
They're getting better with each game.
Yeah, right. So, Halo's still shit, but at least it's getting better, I guess. But that is not the worst news in gaming for the last week. Because, as everyone probably knows, Battlefront, the recent collection, has been a disaster. Have you guys heard about that?
I didn't know it was a disaster, but I heard that they were doing like a re-release or something of Battlefront 1 and 2 or something like that.
Oh my god, it has gone terribly. I'll tell you the main things that blew my mind. It's
EA, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So for its first day that it launched, you're going to think this is insane. They launched the game, and it was probably for like 24 to 48 hours before they're like, shit, we should do something about this. When it first launched, they launched it with 3 servers, totaling at 194 slots for players.
194?
Yeah, so only 194 people could play it for the first 2 days at once.
What the heck? That's not even doable. That's ridiculous.
It was only three whole matches going in the entire game.
Yeah.
They had 3 servers. That's crazy.
It's embarrassing.
Like how
that is kind of ridiculous. I can't believe that.
So many people probably day one refunded it simply because they couldn't play.
It's the worst reviewed game on Steam history.
That does not surprise me.
After hearing that, that's like mind-blowing that it had 194 slots.
Might have been 92. 3 servers of 64, whatever that ends up being.
Well, wow.
Just under 200, though.
192.
Okay, so I was off by 2. Then also, they like raised from what I understood, they raised the player count from the original Battlefronts, or maybe it was just Battlefront 1, like it used to be 32 and it went to 64, but they did not raise the like tickets, so like similar to like Battlefield, right? You know how you have like tickets of respawns? So they did not like account for that. They just raised the player count and didn't change anything else. So matches were ending in like a minute and a half because they're just like you die once and never respawn because there was so few tickets for the amount of people playing.
So the people that were playing weren't actually playing because the games were so short.
Yeah, and also it had like a 80% crash rate. The game is locked at 30 FPS. Of the campaign, they accidentally removed half of the cutscenes, so there was cutscenes before every level and after every level, and they didn't have all of them for after every level.
That sucks. Why even do it? Why put in the effort for this? Like,
yeah. Also, somehow the games win.
I guess the
they didn't-
microtransactions worked.
I guess they didn't put in the effort though.
Also, somehow the game went from 12 gigs to 80.
How's that possible? It came out in like fucking early 2000s.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like pretty bad. Like people are saying this might actually be the worst like gaming launch ever, like up there with the GTA trilogy or MCC's original launch. Half the time the game doesn't work. The audio will like randomly play things from like different areas.
I hope that thing gets torn apart and absolutely destroyed.
It is getting absolutely destroyed. Like it's, and then like besides those things that I just said, like it also just crashes a lot, tons of bugs, things don't work. Apparently the hit registration is terrible. Like you literally can't kill people. Sometimes you're always rubber banding when you're walking around.
Wow, that's horrible.
Dude, they probably use ChatGPT to make it.
I don't know, but people are just like absolutely pissed about it. It's the worst thing out. For me though, that like 192, just under 200 server slots is insane. Like, how could you think that? That is
ridiculous. That's like unbelievably bad.
Yeah, I feel like you would check these things before you open to the public.
They had more pre-orders than that. Like, you at least have the amount of slots for your pre-order numbers.
Man, that's really crazy.
Yeah, so basically,
I hope people don't buy this game.
I'm pretty sure it's been like mass refunded.
Good. It should be.
That's a real shame because, like, honestly, if you're a fan of the original Battlefronts, you've basically been bodied like 4 times now. Like the new Battlefront series, the EA ones, the first one was like content empty. The second one was like a microtransaction filled, and then when they finally fixed it, they canceled it. Battlefront 3 has been canceled twice from the original series and the EA one. And then
I'm glad that EA doesn't have
catch a break.
I'm glad that EA doesn't have the exclusive rights anymore to the Star Wars stuff.
But imagine that, right? Like, you're a big fan of the Battlefronts back in the day. You're excited for the third one. It got canceled. You wait 10, 15 years. Another Battlefront finally comes out. It's got no content. Another one comes out. You need to pay thousands of dollars to play Darth Vader. They finally fix it, and you're like, okay, things are on a good track. The next one might be good. Battlefront 3 canceled again. Then they're like, well, we'll bring back the old ones. You're like, okay, at least I can play the old ones. 200 server slots.
Man.
In matches last a minute.
Tragic.
Well, not that it really matters, but they have raised the server slots and tickets by now. But, I mean, the games still, like, barely work, crash a ton, 30 That's the thing, man. Like, at this point in just life, a 30 FPS lock is insane to me. Like, I feel like no game should ever do that.
I find it super frustrating in games when I'm stuttering and lagging, and I look at Task Manager, and my CPU's chilling at 30%, graphics card at 40%, and it's like, I'm like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like my system isn't being utilized.
I get what you're saying there, yeah, but just like I agree with you on that, but like I'm just saying I feel like we're so far past 30 FPS. Like that shouldn't happen anymore.
That is true.
That's crazy to me.
Cuz personally, for me at this point after PC gaming now for like over 10 years, I cannot play a game at 30 FPS anymore. Like not enjoy it at least.
45 is my minimum.
And it depends on the type of game. Like, if it's a first-person game, it's got to be 60 or I start to feel sick. Third-person games, I can get away with a lower frame rate, but I still don't enjoy it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, especially because most hardware can run games at 60.
Yeah, and, like, I get it for some situations, like the Spider-Man games, right? They had, like, different modes where you could, like, one of them was a 30 FPS, like, super graphics boosted mode. But at least you can still play that game in 60. I think you can even play it in 120, actually.
Choosing between the two.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, a 30 FPS log, I feel like that's not like we're definitely past that now, but honestly, I feel like we've been past that for like 10 years now, you know? Like 30 FPS is an Xbox 360 game.
But could that just be like an engine thing?
I don't know, but I don't know. We're just past that, man. That it's me it's like embarrassing at this point to like
that
frame
broken.
drops are one thing, but for it like it can only do 30 FPS, that's its peak, is ridiculous.
No, I agree. That is very stupid.
Yeah. So
what else you got?
that was my main one, the Battlefront thing. Tragic for the fans. Luckily, I am not a huge... I mean, I played the original. Not the original. I played Battlefront 2. Well, I guess the original Battlefront 2 from, 2004 or whatever it was. And I did like it, but I wasn't, as obsessed with it as everyone is. I do think it's good. Or from what I remember, it's been a long time. But I didn't get this new thing. So... lucky me, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't really play them.
Okay, well, we covered half of my news already. Well, more than half. We got 3 out of the 4. But my last thing, I guess, I'll just mention it now quick. They're re-releasing all of the Spider-Man movies in theaters.
Oh, I saw that, actually.
For the what's it called? The re-release of No Way Home. Like the 2-year, 3-year anniversary, whatever it is.
That's pretty cool.
Honestly, the only ones I'd want to see are the Toby ones.
Yeah, me too.
That would be fun to do.
I do remember seeing Spider-Man 3 and 2 in theaters. I don't think I saw the first one in theaters. I would have been so young, so I probably didn't.
It was 2004, so...
The first one? No, the first one's 2002, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Might be
I wasn't even
2002.
born.
Wow, that's crazy.
So those would be cool to see in the theater. I thought that was pretty cool.
And
we could see that building from Madam Web.
Yeah. It would be cool to do like an episode where we rank all the live-action Spider-Man movies. That
wouldn't be a bad one. When do we, when does that happen? When are they in theaters?
Soon, if it hasn't already started. Let me check real quick.
Because that would be cool. Or at least, one set of them, like the Toby ones or something. I feel like the Tom ones are a bit harder because they kind of tie into something else.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Sony and Columbia Pictures are celebrating Spider-Man by re-releasing all 8 of the live-action Spider-Man movies in theaters again this summer. So it's in summer. Spider-Man.
That's good.
Yeah, you were right. It is 2002.
Let's go, baby. I remember. Spider-Man 2 is still like a... Honestly, it's one of the top superhero movies of all time for me. Like, it's up there with the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not as good as Dark Knight, but it's in the same league. It's like bottom of that league. Dark Knight is peak of everything.
Yeah. It starts April 15th with Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, releasing April 15th.
Maybe we'll do...
And then it'll continue Spider-Man 2, April 22nd. Spider-Man 3.
How long are they in theaters
April 29th. They're probably like weekend slots or something like that. I doubt that they're doing... because it's like 1 week after the other.
Are you in town on April, Bert?
I don't know.
Find out. Maybe we'll go to those if you are. But if you're not, obviously, I
know I will be in May.
Well, at that point, we probably can't even go to those. I doubt they're going to be in there that long. But if you do happen to be in town...
Well, it goes all the way to June 3rd.
Okay. So if there's any overlap, we'll try and go. But who knows?
Mm-hmm. Worst case, we'll see it on our own.
We could definitely see the first trilogy.
Yeah.
The Sam Raimi trilogy. Those ones are all in April.
And that's the one I honestly care about most.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that was my news.
Nice.
Nothing else. We covered the other stuff I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. We can get into Invincible now.
I want to mention something just because we never mentioned it. The Oscars were like taken over by frickin' Oppenheimer winning like most of it.
It doesn't surprise me, but
that's
it's
not
pretty
surprising.
deserved.
No, that isn't surprising. And then also like the hype moment of Robert Downey Jr. winning.
Yeah, we are all big fans of RDJ, so I was glad to see that too. Did you see Ryan Gosling perform I'm Just Ken?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just like saw on YouTube like
You should watch
the
his
images.
performance. That's pretty good.
I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah, live rendition of I'm Just Ken. He even had the other Kens there too, dancing and performing with him. It's pretty cool.
also the most hype
Shang-Chi
thing
was
because
there?
apparently I'm a certified Spider-Verse hater. Spider-Verse did not win animated movie of the year.
What did?
The Boy and the Heron.
You know what?
That's tough to compete with, yeah.
You guys haven't
Yeah,
seen
that
it, I
is.
bet. I've seen it. I wanted us
haven't
all
seen
to
it.
see it. I'm saying this now to lock you guys into this. Eventually, we need to build up, just as for the viewers, eventually we need to build up backup episodes to like cover this period of time that one of us is going to be gone. One of them is going to be that movie.
Okay.
All right.
That's a
Alright,
good
cool.
movie.
Are we good for Invincible?
Yeah, now I'm good.
Oh, actually, I want to briefly bring up one thing.
Let's go.
Did you guys see what's
Breaking
happening
news,
with
Bert
TikTok?
has news.
Oh, yeah, it's like getting banned or something.
The TikTok bill just passed.
There's a bill trying to ban, like, pretty much it's trying to ban apps that are owned by Chinese companies for operating in the U.S.
Yeah, I did
And that
see
includes
this.
TikTok.
Yeah.
So unless TikTok can sell, or I'm assuming it gets passed. So it got passed in the House of Representatives. So now it's in Congress. And then if it passes in Congress, then it goes to the president.
I mean, I don't use TikTok, so I don't really care. But I mean, I don't know anything about this, so I could be off on this. But I really just don't see TikTok getting banned. Maybe it could happen, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't feel like that would happen.
TikTok? There's a lot of money behind TikTok, and a lot of like normal people use it as a source of income through live streams or just like revenue from ads.
Yeah, some
ads
really
and stuff.
some big content creators just got their start on TikTok.
Right?
And a lot of people use it for their news
Imagine.
and as a way.
Could
of
you imagine how
communication.
toxic it'd be? Like, imagine you're living your life, right? In a normal situation, you have some kind of normal job, and then all of a sudden your job becomes illegal.
No, I know
Like, that would suck.
Yeah,
that would.
I don't think.
And the
it's
reason
gonna
why they're
get...
banning. Sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
The reason why they're banning them is because of the data collection that TikTok does.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact data collection that US companies do to us now, anyways.
Yeah,
They
it's all
just don't like
same
the fact
shit.
that it's going to China.
Yo, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't actually care about like the data collection stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, people are always like, man, I really don't want them to have my information, but like, I've never really cared about that. Like, I mean, as long as my passwords don't leak, that's all I care about, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care
I'm
if
not
they
really-
have my search history and my purchase history and stuff. It's like, whatever. It doesn't really affect me.
I
I
kind
just
of
think
agree.
it comes back to how comfortable you are with being surveillanced.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Because I
then how-
find it kind of uncomfortable when you're having a conversation, like you're not even on a computer. You're just like verbally having a conversation with someone.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And then
definitely
like
weird.
that night you see ads
I can
talking
understand
like
why.
directed to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I can understand why people wouldn't like that. I'm just saying, for me personally, always been like, whatever. It's weird. Like, I guess I would prefer if it didn't, but it doesn't. Like, you know, it's not like a massive goal of my life to not be tracked like that. As long as, like I
Yeah.
said, as long as my accounts don't get freaking stolen and passwords and stuff, that's kind of where I'm at.
Especially because the only realistic way to prevent yourself from being tracked, it requires so much work that it's not worth doing.
Also, I kind of
And it
don't.
makes you stand out more because like, why are you trying to go that far to hide yourself?
I also kind of don't mind targeted ads sometimes. Like, they are pretty useful to me occasionally.
Yeah, sometimes they'll hit me just like they'll hit the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only other question comes in with is like, how far do you allow it to go? Like, if you say this is okay, then does that make the next step like that much more easy?
Well, I'm not
So I
saying
guess
it's
there's
okay. I'm just saying I
part
think
of
it's
it.
not okay. But I'm just saying that it doesn't bother me as much as like apparently I'm in the minority. Like some people freak out over that stuff. And I understand, like it makes sense, but I guess I don't know. That does remind me though, did you see this one? I couldn't believe when I saw this. I was like, that can't be real, but I fact checked it and it actually is real. Did you see that Pornhub was banned in Texas? You cannot go on Pornhub in Texas.
Yeah, I know.
Were you in Texas recently, Bert?
No, I just find it interesting because of the internet, like privacy. Like it's questioned because of like IDs and governments wanting like you to submit a driver's license to be able to access a website. And it starts with like, 18 plus pornography, which obviously you don't want children having access to. But then at the same time, you're giving over your identification to a porn company where you don't really know how they're going to handle
that would kind of
your
suck
identification.
If, like, their info leaked and your freaking license is like Pornhub user all over the net.
And the fact that they like you send your driver's license and like the company will protect your data, but like eventually they're going to get hacked or there'll be a database breach. And then now these hackers just have your driver's license photo.
Yeah, connected to porn.
Yeah,
like,
that is. That's not good.
Yeah, that.
And then like
Funny.
And then you brought up the data collection. I saw a video on this and I found it interesting because like going back to the tracking and stuff. Because now you have a Pornhub account tied to a driver's license photo. So now people's search histories actually get exposed, which I'm sure a lot of people's public images will change if there's like,
Wait, people actually
people
make
knew what you were
accounts?
searching in the dark.
Those people are wild that make accounts for that kind of stuff and like comment
But
on
if you think about it, if a government requires you to make an account to view it, there's going to be people that will make an account to view it and submit their driver's license photo.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. They will be like, sure, here, have it right away.
Look,
what else do you need?
I get what you're saying.
Do you want my credit card too?
I'm not even talking. I'm not even talking about the serious side of it. For me, I just think it's insane in general that people freaking make an account and like comment on porn.
It's pretty gross.
Like.
Oh,
That's so weird. I don't even really comment. I don't ever comment on YouTube videos even unless I'm like on a tutorial of some kind and asking a question. That's like the only time I comment on YouTube videos.
I hardly ever even like videos. Like to me, liking a video is such a high honor.
For me, liking a video...
I forget that you can like a video half the time.
For me, liking a video is what I do if it's something that I want to come back to. So I can just look in my liked videos.
Oh, I use the watch later.
Yeah, but I actually watch later. I use if I see a video, I'm like, damn, that looks interesting, but I don't really want to watch this long of a video right now. That's what my watch later is. Liked videos are videos that I saw. Like, for example, what do I have in my liked videos right now? I think I have a video on how to make hoagie rolls, like bread. I was like, damn, that'd be cool to try one day. Let me like this in case I ever try it. I have it there.
That's funny.
Yeah, cool.
Anyways, finally,
all
Invincible. Right. Maybe this won't be a short episode.
Yeah, we're already at 45 almost. The Invincible part of it will actually end up being the shortest part.
Yo, I thought it was great. I loved it.
I really enjoyed it.
So let's get into it. What did you guys think? So let's kind of quick review. Season 2, first 4 episode released. It feels like forever ago. And then we had that really long break. And then they're back on their like week release schedule right now. Episode 5 just dropped the other day. And so now it'll be 5. And then I think we got 3 more episodes, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 8, right?
Yeah, 3 more.
Yeah, so
dang.
You guys were super high on the episode. Really, really liked it, I guess, from what I have heard from you guys so far, but I don't really know what you guys thought, so kind of tell me what you thought.
Well, first of all, in general, I think season 2 is better than season 1, but I don't know for sure yet because like the last 2 episodes of season 1 are still the best 2 in the whole series. So I don't know if 2 will ever, reach that. But like its average like level of quality of the episodes, I feel like is higher than season 1's was at the beginning.
I agree.
I think the average is probably better.
We got to see how it ends to see if
Amber
it can.
is more tolerable.
Yeah, we got to see how it ends
Yeah.
though to see if it could pass season 1 because season 1's like conclusion was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think this. I liked this episode, but I didn't think it was like incredible. I thought it was super slow in the beginning, but that's just because part of it is because of the break that they took. Like that really affects how you view something and how you like take it in after like such a long break.
That did
Like, you
kill the
kinda-
momentum.
Yeah, you kind of have to like get everybody up to speed on what's going on, which kind of sucked.
Well,
That's how I felt in the beginning.
yeah. Also, like the break kind of. I don't know. I feel like I guess it might have improved my opinion on this episode because like I kind of forgot that it was as hype as it is. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's one way.
Because like
Yeah.
when it was like coming back, I was like I literally forgot about it until like 2 or 3 days before it came out. And then once it came out, I was like, do I really want to watch like I don't want to watch this right now, and I put it off for a little bit. And then I watched it and I was like, holy shit, that was good.
Yeah.
That's about my reaction too.
I thought it was good. I thought the last like 15 minutes were great. And then the other beginning part of it was like, okay. That's how I
What about
felt.
Donald going through his crisis?
I mean, that part only probably lasted like 5 minutes. If you think about it, of the total of the episode. But I did like that stuff. I did like the Donald thing. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought he
What
was
about
going to
his
be
mom?
like a new Donald. I didn't think he was going to be the same Donald in a new body. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Dude, he's actually RoboCop.
Yeah, that's
He's
crazy.
something. He's like Terminator now or something. I don't even know what to call him.
Poor Donald, man.
Donald.
Imagine dying, but then you still have to go to work. They just bring you back to work.
It's like Helldivers, dude.
Dying
Well,
wasn't
Helldivers,
even,
you actually do die.
dying
You just
wasn't
are-
even
you're
enough
just-
to get Donald out of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is pretty crazy. I'm glad that Eve is coming back, though. Like, after her little incident with the park and everything where she, like, messed up super bad.
Yeah, Eve
It's cool to
seems
see Eve
so
come back.
OP, but just hasn't realized it yet.
She just doesn't know how to use her power.
I'm telling you, the Adam Eve special is great. So good. One of the best
Yeah.
episodes if you haven't seen it, Bert.
Yeah, we said that
Right.
when it came out. And yeah, I still think that that's one of the best episodes of anything of like the Invincible
Well, I
whole
still
series
think
and everything.
the last 2 of season 1 are like the best 2 episodes by far. And then third, yeah, probably Adam Eve special.
Did you think episode 4 or episode 5 was better?
I
I think 4, in my opinion. I think
don't
4
know.
was better than 5.
think 5. Because if you like,
4 was just there was so much happening though, because with like
yeah, it was
Mark
cool.
meeting his
Omni-Man
dad
coming
again and
back.
everything, like that stuff was crazy. He has a whole
That
other
was.
family. He's on another planet, and then we get like 3 other Viltrumites coming in, and like the whole fight with them 3. Well,
There was a
really
lot of
them
oh my
like
God moments.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
stuff was
First his
crazy.
dad,
It's been a while since
then
I've
he has
seen
a
it.
brother, then the Viltrumites, then his dad gets kidnapped, and yeah,
Yo,
It's
it's a
pretty
lot
insane.
in one episode.
okay, so let's just go through it real quick, right? Starts off with him on the same planet still, what are the Draxons or something like that?
Something like that. The bug people.
Yeah.
Short lifespan.
Basically, he's helping them fix their whole town because it was absolutely demolished. He's there for what, like 3 months or something? So basically, these bugs are getting old as shit now. That's, like almost a third of their whole life.
Yeah,
And
that is crazy.
and he has to take the kid home.
His brother, yeah, that his dad had with a bug.
I thought that was a very cool moment,
his
though,
brother
where
is purple.
yeah, I thought that was a cool line of dialogue that I honestly didn't think of it, but it's so obvious. I'm surprised I didn't. where like the bug mom of the kid was like, yeah, take him with you because he's gonna grow up here, everyone know he's gonna die, or everyone he knows is gonna die. And then Mark's like, damn, that's exactly what my dad was telling me.
Yeah, that was a good line. And I wasn't really sold on the whole thing with Mark taking the kid and everything, but then that bit of dialogue and stuff with the mom bug kind of sold me on it. I was like, okay.
I just hope
take the kid.
It's not an annoying kid when it's older. I hope I like it.
Yeah, I hope Mark is able to mentor him.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope Amber just dies in a ball of fire eventually.
Yeah, I mean, she's better in this season, but I still like Eve way more. Also, she just feels...
Yeah, and
dude, Mark and Eve is perfect. Did you see how Mark reacted when he saw Eve?
Yeah, it was way better than when he saw Amber.
Amber
really
does
was.
not even feel like the same character as season 1.
No, they absolutely redid her because they were like, dang, we wrote too much of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Also, that scene in I think it was just in like the school hallway or something, the dorm halls, with Mark and Cecil was so good.
Oh yeah, I did like that.
That was a really tense scene.
Yeah.
Mark is so right though, because why should he report? They already know everything. Like he knows that they already
They bugged his
have,
house.
Yeah, everything. And then Cecil's like, we would never put cameras in.
I actually
cool,
like
thanks.
Cecil.
I understand him. Like I get where he's coming from.
It's definitely reasonable for him to be worried after the Omni-Man stuff.
I think he's
he's
a
this
little
universe's
too
Nick
cautious
Fury.
of Mark, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be too if you think about it. Like he knew Omni-Man forever, and
Yeah, but
then
do you see how
Omni-Man
human
betrayed
he
him.
is?
Yeah, but Omni-Man tricked them into thinking the same thing. But the worrying thing is that Cecil pushes Mark to that point.
Yes. Cecil is constantly testing Mark, and then what's stopping Mark from actually, like, being tired of Cecil and snapping?
Well, at this point, luckily for Cecil at least, Mark is defeatable still. He is not Omni-Man level.
That's true.
And
yeah.
they have that new sound gadget that they've been developing.
Yeah. But so then what do we get, like the split of the two different teams, like the actual team of good characters that go into space and to like stop this Martian squid thing invasion. That's like the main thing of the story, right?
Yeah, the Sequids.
Yeah. Because the beginning is really just Mark comes back and explains what happened to everyone, and you get to see their reactions, like his mom reacting and the kid, which is pretty unfortunate for her.
Yeah, that sucks. The mom really has it the worst in like so many ways.
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah. And then, like
It
you
really
said,
does suck.
the scene with Eve and Rex was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, that was
It
good.
was a nice scene. It
Gave
was a
Rex
scene between
some
friends.
Rex is a
redemption.
hated character, but I actually like him.
He had a little bit of redemption in that moment.
This whole episode actually was great for Rex.
Yeah, I still don't really like Rex though.
I
He's
like
still
Rex.
a dick.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
then eventually we're put to these two stories, right? The Sequids, they're going to stop them, which is what? Robot, Mark, Eve, Black Samson, the Immortal, and the other guy that was new by the Immortal that I forget the name of.
I can't remember
The other
everybody's
Martian.
name.
Oh yeah, the Martian
that
guy, that is
And
voiced by
there's another
Sonic
one too.
from the Sonic movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was familiar.
Also, everything that's happening, like the Sequids coming to Earth, is all this Martian dude's fault.
Yeah, that was hilarious though, how he was like telling his story. And then they like stopped him mid-story. They're like, wait, so it's all your fault? And he's like, well,
What happened to the astronaut?
I thought that was
Oh,
funny.
I thought my people were behind me. Thought they were going to help him.
I thought that was so funny.
Yeah,
was really
that was
good.
fun.
But in that mission,
And then you have-
what go?
I was gonna say, then you have the other team where it's like the Earth team.
Yeah,
You
which is
have-
basically a bunch of characters you don't care about and Rex.
Yeah, I mean, I cared about.
Duplicate.
Wait, is Monster Girl on?
we actually, good point. Where is Monster
Space?
Girl? She's on neither
Is she in
team.
space or on Earth?
She's in
she's in space. She's in space.
Oh,
She's
you're
in
right. You're
space.
right. You're right. Yeah, she's in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster.
Never mind. It is characters.
Monster
you don't
Girl
care
is probably
about.
the
I like
best side
Kate.
character.
I like Kate.
Yeah, it's Duplicate, Rex, and the shrinking girl that I forget the name of.
Shrinking Sam or something. Shrinking something. It's something like that.
Yeah, and they're fighting the Lizard League, who I don't even know what the Lizard League's trying to do, but they're breaking into some place.
Yeah, some government facility.
I think it's kind of wild that we're now 3 episodes left, though, and we have not seen
that one
Angstrom
dude.
Levy since episode 1 or 2, whatever episode he was in.
Yeah,
that
that's
was-
true.
that's stressing me.
I forgot he even existed.
I wonder if he's just going to be, like, set up to a season 4 at this point. Or 3, I mean.
Maybe they'll pull a Rick and Morty and destroy this entire universe, and then move everybody to another one.
That would
Or maybe
be weird.
he's been setting everything up in the background, and then there's like some big domino effect that's about to happen.
I just really hope
Yeah, he could be pulling
we
strings.
don't go too heavy on the multiverse thing. I really feel like multiverse stuff just makes things feel less important.
Yeah, it definitely does, I think, in a lot of ways.
So far, I think they've handled
Yeah.
it pretty well, mostly because he just hasn't been in it. But I really just don't want people to die and then come back because of multiverse. Like, that's lame.
Yeah, it takes all the stakes out of it.
But
Yeah, but anyway, keep going.
in the space mission against the Sequids, Eve so hard carries them. Like, they all would be absolutely annihilated without her instantly.
Yeah.
I think Mark would be okay.
I mean,
He would have just been overwhelmed.
Yeah,
at,
he wouldn't
like,
feel
some
it.
point.
No, they said that they were ignoring Mark, or not ignoring,
they're
but
not
they can't
ignoring him.
penetrate
They-
his skin.
Yeah, him, the immortal. Like, they only brought people that they couldn't penetrate the skin, other than
besides
Eve.
and
Robot.
Robot.
Yeah, but he has armor, so that's why they did that.
Yeah, but they still, like, I mean, a lot of them would have just died in space, except for, like, Mark and maybe Robot because of his suit. If they didn't
The
have
immortal
Eve.
would
That's
have
true.
lived.
Eve definitely was carrying.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they would have died again inside if it wasn't for Eve.
Yeah.
Eve carries, man. But their battle, honestly, like, it has tension, but nothing really happens. There's, they're just, like, barely holding out, and that's their whole battle. The one that surprisingly was more intense was the, like, boring team.
Gosh.
Yeah, you're not really expecting much. You're like, oh, the Lizard League. Like, okay, what are they going to do?
They
And
annihilate
all of a sudden,
them.
they just start annihilating people.
Dude, it was kind of embarrassing.
I was shocked.
It kind of
like,
was.
watching them.
I was shocked. Like, I was like, damn, they're getting their ass beat, but whatever, something's gonna happen. But no, they literally lose.
Yeah, Duplicate gets absolutely destroyed, killed. Shrinking, whatever, gets destroyed. I don't know how she couldn't.
She gets
Hers was
crushed
crazy.
from the.
Well, because
I
she
was-
doesn't grow, she just goes back to normal size.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
So
I thought she could grow.
no, I think she just gets small and can go back to normal.
Mm.
But also, that guy's
Well,
like
apparently that
specifically
guy's
a
fucking
snake
skin is
guy
like
or something.
impenetrable. Then
Yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. Her
I
death.
thought he was flexing his muscles and like crushing her
I don't know.
like that.
That was insane.
to stop
though.
her from growing.
She just got. That was crazy. Her death. He's like swallowed her and then just crushed her inside of him. That was terrible.
And then coughed up a bit of blood.
yeah, that was crazy. And then Rex almost dies. Rex has his hand bit off.
Yeah, honestly,
He makes it out, right?
He
we
does,
don't know.
yeah, barely.
Well, we don't know.
Oh yeah,
he probably
held at
will make
gunpoint.
it out, I think, but technically we don't know. But that section of fight where like after the other two die and it's just Rex, I felt like was so good to like see
was
him
definitely
fighting
good.
like scared. And like
I
honestly,
wonder how this is going to impact him.
I've always thought like Rex's powers are so lame, but that was like a section where I was like, damn, his powers actually did something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saved his life.
And he actually, I always thought like he's kind of useless, but he did decent there. Like he won a 2v1 pretty much.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. That's how their like section ends, and then
And then
the space team.
But then like the Lizard King comes up behind him and holds a gun to his head, and that's like the end of their section. We don't know if he lives or not. I think he probably will, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he probably will too.
Hope he gets a
I
cool
think
new hand.
something will happen. Yeah. And then the space team. Robot sets off like an EMP or something that like fries the nervous system of like the Sequids for a little bit and gives them some time to like regroup. But they regroup. The Sequids like recover pretty quick. Like that didn't really do much.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're gonna get out of that. Some of those guys are gonna die. Probably the new ones. The ones that Immortal like hired after he joined.
Yeah, I think one of them is gonna die. Either what's his name? Rudy.
I think Robot.
Yeah, Rudy or Monster Girl. One of those two is gonna die. I don't think they both make it.
Really hope it's not Monster Girl.
Yeah.
I think more than
we'll
one person is gonna die, though. A few of them are gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think so.
I really don't care about the Immortal. He can die.
He can't die. That's his whole thing.
Well, I wish he could.
As long as this is all I want. I want Mark, Eve, and Monster Girl to make it out of there. Everyone else can die.
I kind of like Rudy.
They are probably some.
I do like Robot. I would prefer he got out, but my like need guarantee please get out are those three.
Yeah, that Martian dude can die. I don't really think
he's funny.
Yeah,
though. He is funny.
He is funny, but I don't care about him either.
Also,
He's funny, but not.
Then, like basically we are put into two fights. Each one is looks like we're losing, but we're gonna have to see next episode what actually happens. And then we get the credits, and then we get a cool like reveal at the end that Alan survived.
Oh, this actually was super cool. I actually really liked this. And I love that reveal when the guy rips his beard off. You know that what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that Viltrumite.
I think that's so.
I don't know why that was necessary, but...
No, so I saw in a video, I don't know if this is canon or not, but I saw in a video someone saying that in the comics, apparently it's a thing that Viltrumites are so powerful they can rip all of their hair off at one time or something like that. So it's like a comic reference in some way. I don't know exactly how, though.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah. I liked Alan, too. He's awesome.
But yeah, like not...
I did, too. I was so upset when he died, or thought that he died.
Yeah. But...
He had such a tragic death. He was on a date with his girl and then just got wrecked.
Absolutely
He got jumped by
destroyed. He
freaking
got his
3
arm cut
Viltrumites.
off. His eye flew out. But what's cool about this
Yeah.
is he's now back stronger than ever.
Yeah,
He's on par with
bigger.
the Viltrumite, apparently.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But this is good news for the Resistance, right? Because we now have at least one Viltrumite that seems like they would help out. Alan, who would help out. Mark, who would help out. Probably by the time we get to like some kind of big battle like this, Mark's brother will also be helping. And probably
I think
Omni-Man
Omni-Man's
too.
gonna,
Yeah.
redeem himself.
So
Probably.
that's a solid squad. That's like 1, 2, 4-ish Viltrumites, 2 are halves, but 4-ish Viltrumites, and then Alan, who apparently is also Viltrumite level now.
Yeah, that's the bones of a team are coming together. It looks like. Then you throw Eve in and whoever else. Like you have a pretty solid
Eve
team.
could definitely probably.
She couldn't
fight
hold her own against the Viltrumite. No, not right now. Not at this power level.
like her. Not now, but eventually.
Another thing,
if she fully realized her powers.
Her powers has the potential.
Another thing I want to mention, I did like they were very small, but I liked the references to the Adam Eve special in this episode.
That was good. A little picture that they showed.
Yeah.
That was good.
You got to watch that,
I
Bert.
noticed. I felt like there was something I should know, but I didn't know.
You got to watch it. It's a great episode.
Yeah, it's genuinely really good. But yeah, that's kind of like the main points of this episode. Mark meets up with all his family and friends and everything, and then we have those 2 split missions going on, and
So, yeah.
that's basically it.
What do you guys think's going to happen in the next one? Like,
I think Alan might actually go and like come in there and save Mark and that team, maybe.
Yeah, that would actually
Yeah, maybe
make
he'll
sense.
fly. Maybe he's gonna go to Earth, fly
'Cause
by
he's
and see that
he's gonna be
spaceship
looking
and be
for-
like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's going to be looking for Mark.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then I don't know what's going to happen with Rex. I have a feeling he's going to get out of that situation, but I don't know.
I think
maybe Cecil
get
will
out of it, yeah.
teleport and shoot the dude."
No, I think that dude's somehow gonna get pulled into being involved with the multiverse guy.
Oh, maybe.
But
Possibly,
we'll have
yeah.
to see. I'm excited for Alan to come back now that he's like God tier.
Me too. That's what I'm most excited for right now, honestly.
Well, and more
Kind of
Eve.
interested to see what. Yeah, that too. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with Mark's brother. Like, I'm more okay with the fact that he's like a thing, but I still kind of like. I'm just like, why?
I don't think we're gonna get any like God tier moments with him until the next season. I'm thinking like at the end of this season he'll be around Mark's age.
Yeah, I also have
Yeah.
a feeling this will be the season that Amber dies.
Yo, I hope so. That would be
Hip hip hooray.
that would be great for the plot, and then also like just get rid of her.
Personally, I'll be super happy.
Also, Mark's an idiot, dude. How did he think they were supposed to delay 3 months of school for him and not get caught?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'm surprised he still had a dorm.
Well,
Yeah, right?
I guess he didn't, right? It was just his friend. But I'm surprised they didn't replace his roommate.
That's
yeah,
what I
that's
mean.
what I'm talking about.
They're vicious with that stuff. I had a roommate move out. Not even a week later, someone was in there.
Yeah.
Man, but it definitely brought the hype back for me. They needed to do a strong episode after taking so much time off because they needed to rehook people, and I think they did do it.
Yeah,
They definitely
I'm
had the
hooked.
shock factor.
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'll keep watching. What would you give it out of a 10 for the episode?
I think an
Like
8, 7 or 8, probably 8.
That's what I was gonna say, 7 or 8.
I think I'm also probably an 8. I don't know. Yeah, probably maybe 7.5.
Yeah,
But
good
yeah,
episode.
we're on the same page then.
Hell yeah. So,
All right, cool.
Get
That's
caught
pretty
up
much
on
it for the
Invincible.
Invincible stuff. Yeah. And we're towards the end of the episode here, so unless anybody else has any like big things that they want to talk about, I think we will wrap it up.
anyone been playing any cool games?
Just
Nope.
Helldivers.
I haven't even been able to play that recently either. But we'll get back into the swing of things, and we will see you guys next week when we
Do our
not
episode.
sure what
we
this
don't
next
know what
week's
it is.
episode is. Yeah, still unsure of what that's going to be. We got to figure that out.
But we will get to the Halo Wars eventually.
Yeah, we will. Everybody's kind of like,
Luckily, this is a good split section
busy
because
schedules
we've
right now.
finished the Bungie era of Halo.
yeah, true.
That's true.
So I guess technically we're in our break between the Bungie and 343 era because we need to prepare, even though Halo Wars 2 is actually a good one in the 343 era.
Yeah, actually, Halo Wars 2 might not even be the next one in on the series, is it? Because we're going in release order.
Yeah, I guess it would be Halo 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Oof. Did not like that one.
Which, yeah, but that's actually a little bit easier to get through than it would be Wars. Wars would take us a little longer. But we'll figure it out, and we'll let you guys know next week when we post our next episode. You'll find out.
We'll
You'll find out when we find out, pretty much.
We'll probably also include the next episode of Invincible, but I don't think that'll be the whole episode.
Yeah, well, it'll probably be shorter. We'll just mention it. Quick review. But yeah, I think that's it. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see everybody next time.
Keep it salty.